I first began struggling with social anxiety when I was a little girl. My brother and I were the only two children of mixed race in the entire school. So I got a lot of bullying and a lot of comments. I started to kind of really take that to heart, and I struggled with that, so I began to isolate myself. As I got older, I got more friends, and I had a small group, but the real goal was to just kind of stay not noticed. You know, it was always just like, don't make waves, don't get noticed, or else they might pick on you again. You know, just look down, don't look at people, don't make eye contact, or else, you know, someone might pick on you again. I ended up kind of working around the anxiety that I was experiencing. So what I would do is I would avoid parties, I would avoid groups. It got to the point where I was like, well, you know, this is just kind of like something I have, and a lot of people have things that are way worse. And so I got jobs that would kind of fit around it as well. I worked midnights with very small crews, so I wouldn't have to interact with people. And the whole thing was around people. I didn't want to talk to people, basically, because it was just like this constant, like, panicky dread feeling. Then it came to the point where I got a better job offer, and it was a job that paid a lot more, and it was full-time hours, and I was really excited about it, but it was customer service. At the time, I was like, oh, I don't know what to do, like customer service, I've never done something like that before. But I took it because I was like, the money's just too good, you know, it makes sense. That's when things really got crazy. I started to get physical manifestations where I would be trying to give people their change back, and my hands would just be, you know, shaking all over the place, and people would look at me like, are you okay, you know? And I wasn't okay. So I went to the doctor, I told him about what was going on. You know, she prescribed me some medication, and it controlled the symptoms. And I just thought, you know, some people just have these problems, and I'm just gonna take these pills. And you know, I did that for 8 years. Around the end of the 8-year mark, I was getting a lot of side effects from the pills, but the benefits at the time I thought outweighed the consequences, you know, until they didn't anymore. And the side effects were getting quite, you know, quite severe. And I was thinking to myself at that point, you know what, maybe I am strong enough, maybe I can beat this thing. Maybe I don't need these pills anymore. And my doctor was very against me going off of them. She thought that I would have to stay on this for the rest of my life in order to have a functional, normal life where I could be amongst people. So I tried first the proper way of cutting down, and I did it very slowly. I'd kind of have a panic attack, all these rebound symptoms. It got worse than even before I was on it to begin with. And I tried this again and again and again. I was kind of at that point where I was like, well, maybe it's just not possible. I was praying to God after, you know, I tried to do it myself. And you know, I said, God, you know, I want to get off of these. You know, I'm like, you know, I want to get off of these. At the time, I wasn't going to Light City yet, because I didn't live in the area, but I watched it on TV. It's my brother and my sister-in-law's church, and so whenever we'd come and visit, we'd attend services there. They were having a New Year's Eve service. There was an altar call, and everyone went up to get prayer. Pastor Tina prayed over me, and it was amazing. I remember going home, I felt so good. And then the next day, you know, I woke up, and it was a great day. And it wasn't until the end of the day that I realized that I didn't take my medication. And normally, if it had gone that long, I would have already been feeling effects from not taking it at all. And I thought, well, maybe this has something to do with that service yesterday. Let's just kind of see where this goes. Maybe this is God. The next day, I didn't take the medication, and I didn't have any effects either. Then the next day, then the next day. There was no rebound effects. I didn't have any kind of crazy withdrawals or like panic attacks or anything like that. And not only that, but the social anxiety, it was not there. It wasn't like a panicky thing anymore. I just felt like I did when I was on the meds, only without all those side effects. I just felt normal. And I was like, this is Jesus, this is God for sure. I have been off of the medicine now for almost 2 years. It'll be 2 years this January, where I have taken absolutely nothing for anxiety, nor have I needed it. My name is Steph, and I believe in miracles.